And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Beckett Industries. We mentioned this map earlier. We have Beckett Industries, we have the yellow Terran player, we have the Brazilian Terran representing insane master killers. It is INexorable. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the green Protoss player representing, I believe, still on team PCEC. No, sorry, not PCC. A little fairy, that's it. A little fairy. It is UedSoldier. Let's go. Let us go as we're settling into Beckett Industries. It has been a long time. It's been a while since this map has been in the map pool. If you remember, Beckett Industries was around in the early COVID era of StarCraft. This would have been like 2021-ish, 2021, 2022. I believe Beckett Industries was in the map pool after Submarine, but it did play the same role. For those who are curious, Submarine was the rush map of its time. Beckett Industries was even more extreme. Very short rush distances by ground and speed zones. This map was a meme. This map was a meme. Hyper aggression. I remember, I think I played maybe one ladder game on this map and then I just vetoed it. So yeah, it was a very rare map as well. Very small, very short rush distance, hyper aggressive. Likewise, the natural base is on the same plane of elevation of the main attack point, so you can just push in. Likewise, you can also hit the low ground third as well, which is not the most defendable here, just because of that rush distance and just because of the multiple angles of attack. So expect aggression, expect all wins on Beckett Industries. Have those expectations. Meanwhile, if you're in the chat, before I get ahead of myself, it's Gamba time. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Now, it's a little bit more difficult to predict this. I think I want to lean towards UedSoldier. Both players are from different regions, of course. UedSoldier from Europe, INexorable from Latino America. So different regions, different kind of areas of StarCraft, regions of StarCraft. And they don't really play too often as a result of that. I do lean towards UedSoldier just because of his recent performances and recent exposure, especially in the Chinese team leagues. But we'll see. I know that INexorable can be very aggressive in this matchup, for sure. For now, going for the high ground CC. Does go for the high ground. Setting up in the main. And we'll see how we open up. We shall see. Catching up. As we're going for an extra amount of gateways here, this is very unexpected. So we have a 2-gate follow-up here, 3 gates in total out of UedSoldier, so hyper aggressive, delaying the tech and pushing out further. Again, if you've been watching StarCraft as of late, you'd know that specifically in PvT in the meta, we've been seeing a lot of aggression, a lot of early aggression from Protoss, and a lot of difficulties out of Terran defending. Eyes on this probe, shows the pylon. There it is, proxy pylon across the map. It's going to be 3-gate aggression out of UedSoldier. It's going to be a tough hold. INexorable now is moving down to expand, of course, claiming is natural. Does have a 1-1-1 follow-up out of our Terran. We're going Hellion drop? Hold on. We're making extra Hellions. Yeah, getting up to 4 Hellions here. No safety Cyclone. Going into Cloak Banshee, not Raven. I think UedSoldier just kills. We're gonna have extra Stalker Warpins. These Stalkers, they trade well against the Hellions. Banshees, they can be nice and all, but this is hitting pre-cloak. We're add-on swapping, barely an army, no safety bunker. Yep, Stalkers just walk in. They just walk in, and they will kill every SCV here. At the same time, here comes a Hellion run by, going for the dive. They bust in, and they bust in as well. Probe's gonna be falling. We're getting rowdy. In a head-on fight, UedSoldier wins 100%. He wins 100%, but there is no head-on fight. Instead, the Hellions, they've bypassed the army. Bust into the natural. Probe's gonna be falling. How many probe kills? 12. Ooh, probes are lining up. Getting up to 15. Yeah, 15, 16, 17 probes going to be going down. Oh, another volley towards the end here. 19 probe kills. But this main army should not be dealt with. Nice target firing out of INexorable. UedSoldier, he had some miscontrol. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing in. Keep going. Da-da. Yeah, let's pick up more workers. Let's focus on the Marine. There's one Marine left on the high ground. Cloak is about to finish. The fact that this mage just survived until Cloak was done is crazy. Oh, yeah, Cloak is activated. And INexorable holds. Wow, INexorable, he does hold, he does defend. Did cost him 24 SCVs, and INexorable is down to 8. Down to 8 workers, barely an economy. He does have mules, so mules that will help, of course, but INexorable should not be able to expand. Robo's on the way, we're working towards that detection. Stalkers, they break through. They pick up the depot. And we're going for the add-ons. We're going behind the mineral line even. Doesn't get the stalker, wasn't quite worth it, forcing the recall. But again, 8 SCVs, 1 base economy here for INexorable. UedSoldier, he backs off, observers on the way, detection is going to be available. Now we just take up. Now UedSoldier can just chill, build up, tech up instead. Get into blink, get into detection. And again, mules are good. I don't believe that they're good enough for INexorable to recover in this game. There's a chance that INexorable can go into an all-in. I should emphasize that I don't see INexorable macroing out of this, but I can see him making some SCVs and pulling the boys and going for like a 1.5 base all-in or something like that. As INexorable, he's slowly building up those tanks. He's building up the tanks. Building up back at home. UedSoldier getting further ahead. At this point, I wouldn't be opposed to even getting some, I was going to say safety cannons, but we do already have 1 observer for each mineral line. So 1 here at the bottom side, 1 in the main. We are making a second Banshee. First one moves out. We'll see if INexorable can get some damage done and keep this alive. Meanwhile, there's only 12 SCVs, by the way. That's crazy. Only 12 workers. No SCV production. I guess that's what I'm trying to bring attention to, is that INexorable, he's not making workers. He's not making SCVs. He's skipping SCV production. He's making as many tanks as he can, and he's all in. Yep, there we go. He pulls the boys. So he pulls the boys. It's going to be like half a base all in here from INexorable. As you mentioned, I mean, what else can you do, right? There's 0 chance that INexorable can macro out of this game. He cannot macro. So he's going for the all in. 1 chance, 1 shot is all he has. Oh, the Banshee. Yeah, we have 3 tanks moving in. If they can get within range of anything, they will kill it. If they siege. Pushing forward. Immortal on the high ground, battery as well. Nice tank shot, catching out 2 stalkers. Again, these 3 tanks, they're gonna pack quite a punch here. But there's no buffer. Yeah, there's no buffer, there's no support stalkers. They collapse on in, they concave the army, they pick off all the Banshees, they dive on top of the tanks. GG gets called, and UedSoldier will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. UedSoldier, he will take a lead in the series. Again, a hyper-aggressive game here. We did see a massive Hellion run by INexorable, and UedSoldier, he did go into 3-gate aggression. 3-gate, not even 3-gate blame, just 3-gate aggression. Bypass the army, push into the main base, cripple the economy, and again, INexorable, he went down to 8 SCVs. Went down to 8 workers. So no economy. He was killed then and there. Eventually did go for an all-in as one final effort to try to squeeze out a win and try to be a little bit cheeky and maybe catch his opponent being too greedy. But GG. GG, well played. With that, UedSoldier does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if INexorable can bring it back. So we're jumping to game 2. Game 2 is going to be on lockdown. Okay, back to some of the more normal maps. True, kind of. Going back in. And spawning in the left-hand corner of Lockdown, we have the yellow Terran player, the yellow Terran himself. We have the Brazilian Terran representing Insane Master Killers. It is INexorable. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the green Protoss player representing Team Little Fairy. It is UedSoldier. Let's go. Let us go. We are settling into our game. We're settling into our series. Again, UedSoldier is up 1-0 so far in this best of 3. But again, it was very chaotic, very aggressive game 1. Here coming to game 2, we'll see how our players do adjust. Already larger map of the map pool, longer rush distance by ground. This map typically does favor more mid-game play, so we're expecting to embrace a 2, if not 3 base economy. Let's go. We'll see how our players get there. We'll see if that's even going to be the plan. Now we're going to be opening up. Now when it comes to this matchup, we have been seeing a lot of, I think I want to say diversity here. We've been seeing some, never mind, we're proxying. I was going to say that we've been seeing some Protoss players that go for delayed warp gates and go for like they get warp gate but they delay warping in their gateways, and they stay on like a regular gateway, kind of like 2 gates blink into a 3rd base into a stronger mid game. We've been seeing that quite a lot, but instead proxy. We're going for the proxy, so we have 1 gateway across the map, but 1 back at home, so early aggression. This is designed to punish a low ground CC, and we can see that INexorable, he is scouting his 3rd base location, looking for a proxy. Oh, does he see? He does. Oh, no, he was about to see, but he did re-rally, he did reroute. Yeah, SCV is checking some of the closer locations and barely will. Oh no, he sees! Oh my god, just barely does confirm, but doesn't really matter as much because it was already going for the CC on the high ground. High ground CC. Once again, just to re-emphasize, this build from UedSoldier was supposed to punish a low ground CC here at the natural location, but INexorable was playing very safe to begin with. So now he has the wherewithal to start a bunker, so bunker is now on the way, production's safer further behind, CC on the high ground, and INexorable, he's very, very secure. Very secure, very well set up. Looking good. Good looking, solid. Stalkers they pick up. And they pick up the ramp. Nice target firing out of out of INexorable. Hold damage on the Stalker. We'll lose 1 SCV, so was a little bit tunnel visioned. Yeah, some tunnel vision there out of INexorable. But overall, he's holding. He's holding, defending. Behind this, we do have a Reaper. No, he gets around. Jesus, that was close. Whew. Reaper does get across the map. We'll get 1 probe kill so far. I guess 2. 1, 2 kills. Nicely done. Tech lab on the way for tank production or even safety cyclones. Boys being pulled. And he's always got to be careful. He has to pull back those weakened SCVs. Speaking of, let's pull back. And does defend. Meanwhile, it is going to be the safety cyclone initially, just to defend, just to be able to hold on early on. Meanwhile, Twilight Council's on the way, working towards Blink, I would imagine. We do see a delayed expansion here from UedSoldier, and INexorable so far has a better economy. So stronger economy out of INexorable. Better saturation, mules, and will soon land his natural base faster than the natural base of UedSoldier is going to get up and running. So when it comes to the openers, our Terran player here is ahead. The aggression was not worth it. I didn't blame UedSoldier for going for this build. There's a very high chance that INexorable would have gone for a CC on the low ground, but in the end didn't. Does catch out the Stalker. And INexorable should just chill. At this point, it should just be chilling, just building up here on 2 bases. Building up his tank counts, getting a 3rd CC. There is a chance that INexorable does go for a 2-base all-in, so we'll get to that when we get to it. INexorable, I would say he's known for aggression in this matchup. He's not really known for playing it too slow. So we'll see if he does pull the boys. It's still a little bit too early to really say that with any certainty. Actually, no, yeah. I was checking to see the timing of the starport, but the starport is done. Raven's on the way. Everything's looking normal. Back at home, Blink has begun for UedSoldier trying to recover and trying to gain map control, but again, it's very delayed map control here. Allowing INexorable to build up. To calm down. Just calming down, Zell just poke in. Test the waters. Oof. Confirming the siege line. We see UedSoldier pivot back around. Does go for the dive. Yeah, it does dive in and will catch a Raven. Very nice. Yeah, Raven goes down. But will lose all these Stalkers. They're getting trapped. Yes, some missing control there from UedSoldier. I would still say that was worth it, sniping the Raven of all things. Raven has a lot of value, a lot of potential. But messy nonetheless. Yeah, losing 4 Stalkers in total. Oof. Where he does break out. Behind this, you have the Bay on the way, working towards Colossus. Working towards splash damage. Oh. Catching up more army. And INexorable, can he deny the 3rd? UedSoldier doesn't really have many weapons. Yeah, there's not much of an army here. We got, what, 6 Stalkers? Yeah, only 6. Like, this army cannot be stopped. The 3rd base is going to go down. Nice time with the Cyclone, but this base will fall. Again, UedSoldier, he has a bunch of tech. He went for the Robo, went for the Bay. He's on... He only has 1 gateway. Yeah. So low gateway count. Greedy play here by UedSoldier. Gets punished for it. Punished for his greed. Looks like we can clean this up though. So Will is a 3rd, but Will clean up these tanks. I spoke to you. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. Tank blows are crazy. And he's always reinforcing. Yeah, he's going to reinforce massive stim. Yeah, he stims in. He wants the Immortal, and he will get it. Yeah, the Immortal is going to go down. Nice stutter stepping, chasing down the Stalkers, and GG, we are going to the ace match. Whew. GG, well played. We're going all the way to game number 3 here. Again, just a really rough start for UedSoldier. Going for the proxy, getting scouted. His opponent going for the high ground CC anyway as well. So a really rough start here. Because of the opener, the tech was delayed. The natural was delayed. The 3rd base was delayed. Everything was delayed for the Protoss. And UedSoldier was just playing from behind. Because he was behind, he was trying to cut some corners. And that just gave an opening for INexorable to snowball out of control. To break out, to snowball out of control, and with that we are now getting into our next game. Going to be loading into game 3. Let's go. Let us go. So getting into the ace match, and it's going to be on... Oh god. It's going to be on Rainfall. Okay. Loading into Rainfall. Rainfall, a much smaller map. Smaller map of the map pool, short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored here. And we'll see who's going to be the aggressor this time. Let's go. Let's find out. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Rainfall, we have the yellow Terran player. We have the Brazilian Terran representing Insane Master Killers. Tying up the series, forcing the ace match, it is INexorable. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the green Protoss player, the green Protoss himself, representing Team Little Fairy. It is UedSoldier. Let's go. Let us go. We're getting into game number 3, the ace match. We have arrived. Now, so far in this series, it's been UedSoldier who's been hyper aggressive. It's been UedSoldier that's been in the face of INexorable. Last game, of course, we saw the attempted proxy, which was shut down. But before that, we did see 3-gate aggression out of UedSoldier as well, with the proxy pylon to be able to shut INexorable down with this 3-gate setup on 2 bases. So 2 different variations of aggression, but regardless, UedSoldier has been very aggressive in the early game. I expect that trend to continue, especially on Rainfall. Now, likewise, this is also going to be favoring some heavy 2-base play out of Terran. We're expecting a high ground CC. Once again, we're expecting a high ground CC. Safe early game into a 2-base all-in would make a lot of sense here from INexorable. Could even go for a 3-axe, true. We could see a 3-axe follow-up into an early stim timing. INexorable does have options, but we're expecting a high ground setup. This time I'm hoping that UedSoldier does not go for a proxy. I'd feel like that'd be, again, based on how his opponent's playing, be ill-advised. Does pick up the ramp. Let's pull away. Now, when it comes to the map itself here, again, welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall is the second smallest map in the map pool, second only to Rorschach. We did whip out the ruler previously. We did measure. Yo, a big shout out to the Around the Band. Oh, wait, sorry, Around Then Band. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for half a year, papi. Half a year support, 6 months. Gracias, papi. Gracias. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support. Thank you, papi. Thank you. As we are getting into the ace match of our series of our TvP. So far, high ground CC, no surprises here. Very safe play early on by INexorable, scouting for proxies. Meanwhile, back at home, standard opener out of UedSoldier. Right now, we're waiting for his tech. Twilight Council, Robo, or Stargate. How do we open up? It will give us a bit of an idea as to how we do decide to embrace that early to mid game. Let's go. Let's go. As we are going to be moving out. Behind this, we have our follow-up. And it is going to be a Twilight Council opener. So standard opener here out of UedSoldier, opening up most likely Blink. Next up, we're going to be looking for the gateway count. Does it go 2-gate Blink into a greedier build? Does it go 3-gate Blink into a safer build? Or 4-gate Blink Stalker, which is much more committed, hyper-aggressive? So we'll keep an eye on the gateways. We'll also keep an eye on the robo timing to see how safe or how greedy UedSoldier wants to be. Typically, early robo is just very safe. It gives you early detection, early observers, gives you early immortal production as well if need be, but it will delay the third. So there's a give and take. Do you want the early robo, the later robo? How many gates? How committed? Now INexorable pokes in, pulls away. Behind this, we have our 1-1-1 setup, going for the add-on swap. And we're still, once again, going into 4 Hellions. If you remember, this is looking very similar to Game 1. Game 1, it was 4 Hellion into Cloak Banshee. And it looks like we're running it back. Yep, Banshee production. So, 4 Hellions into Cloak Banshee. Same build as Game 1. Now, if you remember, things go very rowdy, things go very chaotic, as we had almost like a quote-unquote base trade where both armies kind of passed by each other, and probes and SCVs were going down for both players. In the end, UedSoldier to come out on top. Now, I will say that with 2 gateways being thrown down, and with the Sim City here as well, UedSoldier is very well set up defensively. UedSoldier scouted the reactor. He did not see the tech lab, didn't see the Stargate, Starport, but we already have a robo on the way. So very safe play here. Oh, one step further. 2-base heavy play here from UedSoldier. Getting up to 3 gateways, getting to the robo as well. Heavy 2-base play. Reaver gets shut down, does all scouts. Hellions poke in, full wall. There we have a full wall here at the natural. This gateway is going to be cancelled. But I would also say this is a downside of going for the same build twice in the series, as your opponent's much more mentally prepared for something like this. Banshees are setting up. The robo's done. Safety observers on the way. UedSoldier going for a delayed third, but this is worth it. This is worth it so far. Oh, este smoke. Ya, papi, ya. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Again, do apologize for missing out on a couple of streaming days this week. I've just been a little bit under the weather. A little bit sick. But we're getting better. We're recovering. Even now, my voice is still not 100%, but like easing away back in. Of course, we get sick just as we get into a new patch, so we missed out on a bunch of like of casting days on the new patch, which is pretty rough. Just because we're a little bit out of the meta right now. Like 2 days doesn't sound like a lot, but like because tournaments are daily in StarCraft, like we miss out on quite a lot of matches. But we'll catch up. We'll catch up. But now, despite having detection, we are one-shooting probes. Oh my god. Going to be getting up to 8 and 9 probe kills in the main. Very nice damage here from INexorable. This should have been 0 damage, by the way. This should have been 0 damage. We had stalkers. We had detection. UedSoldier, he was somewhat in position, but again, the Banshees, they slip by. They slip by. They deal critical damage here. Only one Banshee goes down. This is well worth it for INexorable. And UedSoldier, remember, he delayed his third. There's a late third base to be defensive, and he failed to be defensive. So a very shaky start here from UedSoldier. Behind this mech? Wait. What? What is that? What? So third TC into 2 more factories. We're meching it up. He's crazy. He's lost his mind. Blue Flame. Okay. Blue Flame is on the way. We're getting into we're not even rushing into Macville accelerators. I'm not even going to battle mech. It's Tank Hellion. The hell? Okay. Okay. As Hellions to go for another run by. Then we'll get 1, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, not many worker kills here. They get cleaned up. It's the Blue Flame that's catching me off guard. So just a heavy tank count into continued Hellion into Blue Flame for run-bys and counterattacks. No Macville accelerators, no Cyclone production. No battle mech. But it is a very high tank count. It's a very, very high tank count. We're building up more tanks. Este INexorable. Now, this is where the map comes into play here. We did speak earlier how this is the second smallest map of the map pool, or has the second shortest rush distance. Aggression is favored. We can see that INexorable, he's not being aggressive. He's not going for an all-in. Clearly, he's building up on 3 bases and eventually on 4 bases. The goal here should be to max out. If you've been watching TvP mech, especially last season, what was the map? Pylon? I think it was on Pylon. The map Pylon, this was last year. We saw a lot of mech from Clem, from Bjorn, from Cure. I believe this was I think it was pre-EWC. I think pre-EWC last year. We saw a lot of mech on some of these maps, and how especially Cure and Clem were playing it out. So the Team Liquid boys, the Team Liquid Terrans, was that you build up on a small map like Rainfall, or back then it was Pylon. You max out and then you push. And specifically here, you're just hyper defensive, but because the map is so small, there's so little room to traverse, so little area to traverse. So the maxed out like heavy tank mech army doesn't need long at all to move that across the map, and specifically to wedge itself in between the natural and the third base, to set up here outside of the natural and to just kill. It's basically like you're just turtling up and you're building up into one big all-in, into one massive all-in. That's the goal here for INexorable. That's like the win condition. Meanwhile, UedSoldier diving in already. Yeah, does go for the dive, trying to get on top of the tanks. He does get on top of 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks going down. The Zelts are tanking very well. Yeah, 5, 6 tanks falling, and we're breaking through. Wow, UedSoldier, he breaks through the siege line. He will clean up every single tank. The final tank goes down. Boys are being pulled, and before INexorable can max out, before it can build up, he gets shut down. He gets shut down, GG gets called, and UedSoldier takes the series 2-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, UedSoldier, he was on a timer. Mech gets out of hand real fast and real quick. Once you build up to critical mass, it's very difficult to push into and engage into mech. So really nicely done here. We saw a sense of urgency from UedSoldier, recognizing what he was up against and feeling that urgency to push in and try to kill the Terran before the mech army gets out of hand, and was able to do so. We saw that we had minimal Hellions. Because there were so few Hellions, because of all the run-bys, by the way, there was very little buffer for the tanks. So Zealots, they got on top of the tanks real fast and real quick. If we had some Hellions, and more importantly, if we had some Hellbats, some Blue Flame Hellbats to protect, to be that wall in front of the tanks, maybe he defends. Maybe INexorable defends, and maybe the game continues. But again, he did throw away a lot of Hellions going for run-bys, so minimal defenses, and with that, GG. GG, well played. I'm a little bit sad that we didn't really get to see the mech get going, just because mech is so rare nowadays against Protoss. Had its time in the sun like last year and the year before that, of course, especially pre-Cyclone nerf, if you remember, pre-Cyclone nerf. Gee, that was the time where we saw Terran going Cyclone in every matchup. It was awful. But GG, well played. With that, congratulations, UedSoldier, who will claim the series. He will advance on, and we're going to be following him into his next match. Let's see, who will he play up against? I believe is it a mirror matchup? Is it Sebestus? No, not Sebestus. It is going to be the Italian Protoss player. UedSoldier does advance on to face off against Ducklings. Here we go.